I think that's a good place to kind of wind this down a little bit, because I think there's a lot of guys who haven't been able to find the right blend of that, right? They're either content and satisfied so much that they aren't willing to push,
Right.
or they're pushing so hard for something and they can never be satisfied or happy with what they've achieved so far.
Right.
How does a man find that?
So for me, how I found peace was through my story, going back through my life, seeing where I came from and where I'm at now, seeing that journey. But the thing about it is you have to see the journey. First of all, you have to start your journey. And many of us think because we're born into this world that we have started our journey. No, it's not it, man. That's not it. It's not that simple. I wish it was that simple. Many people have died and lived to be 100 fucking years old and never started their journey. That journey starts when you start to meet yourself at that battle. When you start to battle yourself and start to break down those walls that you in society start to build in your own mind. Once you start to break down those walls, you've now started your journey. Your journey has to be hard at first to get through the other side to find peace. But what happens to a lot of us is, even happened to me, so I had to become sick. God made me sick, and I couldn't run. I couldn't push anymore. So I had a lot of time to think about my life. And I never reflected back. Through reflections where you find peace. I never reflected back on that shit. I never reflected back on where I came from and where I'm at now and all the things I overcame. You have to slow your life down enough to respect what you've done for yourself. All the things you overcome. So to find peace, you need reflection. You need a lot of reflection to go back through and respect the journey. So through there, you find your peace. Now, to go back to the suffering part of life after you find peace, it's important because why? You can never think that you've arrived. There must always be growth. Like right now, I'm talking about the black and white issue, gay and lesbian, whatever the fuck you're dealing with issue. There's so much growth in that. There's so much growth in going back to school, going back to get more education, learning another culture, learning. It's just about constantly immersing yourself in something that you're just not comfortable with. It's not about running a lot of miles. It's not about, going back to these hard fucking like crucibles of like doing all these different challenges physically. A lot of the hardest challenges in the world are mental challenges of trying to be a better person. Like for instance, man, I talked to this guy the other day, man, just to bring up another race issue. He's like, hey man, like I gotta be honest with you, man. Like I was born hating black people. And he goes, hey, are you able to take this conversation? I go, yeah, what's up, man? He goes, you're my mentor. And I have to tell you this, man, because I grew up calling black people nigger. And he goes, and he looked at me, he goes, I hope that you don't hate me now. I go, you know how much fucking courage it took for you? I go, motherfucker, I respect you more now than fucking ever. I don't even know who the fuck you are, but now I respect you.
Yeah.
Because if you walk up to me and tell me this, that I'm your mentor, and then almost start crying to me, because for 30 years of your life, you made black jokes, called black people out of their fucking name, called them nigga. Now you're talking to a black man who was called nigga more times than I can count. You're telling me that, please don't hate me now, but you are now my mentor. That's growth. That's the suffering. That's part of the maturing in life that I'm talking about. So that's the going back and trying to always fix yourself. You're not always fixed. Through finding peace, you're proud of yourself. It doesn't mean that you're totally fixed and you're all good and everything is great and now I've arrived and I can be comfortable. No, man. It means that you're proud of yourself. But in being proud of yourself, take that time to say, okay, man, but I'm still fucked up in a lot of fucking areas. And that's that going back and constantly going back through that and fixing yourself.
Yeah.